what's up, guys? It's Doug with Outlaw Offroad. We are out here at Jeep Beach 2022. We just got finished. Spent a couple days in the rock crawler booth over here with our 2021 Hemi JT Gladiator. We just got this kind of finished up just a couple days before heading down here, and pretty excited to share with you guys some of the stuff that we've already done with it thus far. Obviously, as I just said, it's got a Hemi in it. It's got a nasty 392 in it. This thing sounds amazing. We did a little custom exhaust work to it. It just sounds great. We do have the option to hit a switch and make it turn down a little bit for those neighborhood drives so the neighbors don't hate you too much, but it's amazing. I love driving it. So smooth. Got the kit from Dakota Customs. That's who we use for all of our Hemi swaps and all of our vehicles. They do great work, provide us with a great kit, so super happy to have that. Super happy to have them on board with this build. As far as suspension goes, it's got the Rock Crawler Adventure Pro. That is the kit that actually 4 links, double triangulates the rear, deletes the track bar, gets rid of all that squirreliness in the back end. These things are kind of known for, just really settles it down, rides really, really good. It is a Mojave. We get a lot of questions about this. Did we keep the shocks? Simple answer is no, we didn't keep the shocks. Some kits will allow you to keep those shocks, those nice Fox 2.5-inch shocks. And you can use spacers. You know, you can use shock extenders. You can do that for a lot of the kits. But on this one, we chose to go with Fox Factory 2.5s that were actually made for this lift height. And on the Mojave, really all you got to do, if you're interested in doing that on yours, you just had to drill out the shock sleeves where the bolts go through on the front shocks, upper and lower. Regular Gladiator guys, you guys are 12 millimeter hardware. Mojave guys, you're 14 millimeter. So you drill those out to 14 millimeter, slap them right on there, no problems, we're good to go. Also underneath, obviously we lifted it 3 inches. We needed to change at least the front drive shaft. We opted to go front and rear. And we always, as with every rig that we do, Adams drive shaft. That's our go-to guys. That's who we use. That's who we trust. We have put those through the ringer, to the test, time and time again, all over the country in all kinds of conditions, and they stepped up again for this build. Super happy to have them on this one. We did light up the underside a little bit. We are at Jeep Beach, so you got to have some lights. DCS Lighting was our go-to for that. They are just super bright. They're orange on this rig. There's lots of color choices you can get for yours, but for this one we went orange. Obviously we wanted to keep that Mojave orange. As you can see here, that's our accent color, so we wanted to keep that, so we went orange on it. We do have a fair amount of them on there, and they are super, super bright. So really liking having those on there. Up front, still on the underside, we went with RPM steering. They're 2-inch aluminum with apex ends. We did paint them. We painted them gray. Makes it look cool. But you know, we like aluminum. Super strong. It does bend. If you're going off road, you're hitting rocks or whatever, you know, it's gonna bend for you. Get back to its original shape. Get that thing straight there. So we prefer aluminum, and that's what's on this one. It's a 2.5 ton system on this one. Kind of coming around into the body, we got with Crawltech Revolution on this one. I've worked with Crawltech Revolution in the past. Couldn't wait to get back with them again. I've been looking for a build to work with those guys on again. We got super lucky on this one, and the timing just worked out. And we were able to install the Crawltech Revolution Pyro front bumper on this. It's got a nice kind of mid-mount, mid-recessed winch on there that we tucked the worn winch in there. It just looks really good. I personally like it a lot. A lot of good bumpers out there, but this one, you know, caught my eye. Really wanted to work with those guys. Like the look of it, love the coating, love the stubby, just love everything about it. We also got some cool sliders on this Gladiator build. We got these from Rock Slide Engineering. Really, Rock Slide Engineering, really the only step slider combination available out there. If you're going to wheel your rig, but it's high up enough where you kind of want to step to get in, make your life a little easier, and I kind of do. You're going to want to take a look at Rock Slide Engineering. These super tough slider, especially when you add the available skid plate system to it, but also the availability of having that step come down whenever you open a door. Drops nice and low, lets you get up in that rig really easy. Going around to the back side, you know, Gladiator is basically a truck, and we didn't want to get too crazy with it and start, you know, getting away from what it really was. We wanted to keep it clean. We wanted to keep it simple. And for that, we went with the Fab 4's standard rear bumper. It maintains all the factory points for the tow harness. It maintains the nice orange Mojave tow hooks, and it has a nice little spot in there for a couple of backlights, which we tossed some Baja Designs squadrons in there, wired those up so we can put those on a switch. So, you know, if somebody comes up behind you, want to blind them or whatever, you got that option. So, really super clean, nice clean design. Love having that there, and that's, you know, we really like that bumper. Also on the back, we did the Oracle flush mount lights. These are not quite as flush as the JL lights, but they are pretty close. Those factory lights are basically tree grabbers. They grab everything from tree branches to small children, and they just don't look that good. So put those on there. They're all LED. We were able to transfer the blindside monitoring that this one came with factory to those, so that was a nice little feature, and those work no matter what model you have. Mojave, Rubicon, Sport, Overland, doesn't matter. You're going to be able to do that and use those lights anywhere. Going around to up front, we did put the DV8 LED headlights in there. These headlights are really known for being lookalikes for the OE lights. A lot of people, 90% of people probably aren't even going to notice that they're not factory until one thing happens. And that one thing is that halo lights up amber. It's a switchback. So when you hit the turn signal, your halo is now an amber turn signal. And that it does that whether you've got lights in the fenders or not, doesn't matter. It's there, it looks super cool. They are really bright, crazy bright. Like them a lot. The halo works great. They just look super cool, and it kind of gives it that OE, clean OE look. And they are a full 9-inch light, so I really like that. So we also had the Quake LED signal markers. We changed the OE signal markers in the fenders out to the Quake LED ones, and they're smoked. Just gave it a darker look, kind of like that darker look, and the turn signal is sequential. It also gives us that white daytime running light, which actually this one did not come from the factory with, so we were able to get that done. Finally, on the lighting, I know there's a lot of lights. I get it. There's tons of lights, but it's Jeep Beach. What are you going to do? We went to the A-pillar. We got Baja Designs makes a bracket that actually fits with the Mojave. Mojave's a little different. The hood's a little taller. And by that, the cow's a little taller, about 1 inch. So standard brackets that wrap around that cow side and go down, they're just not going to fit. So we put the Baja Designs bracket on there. Only uses the top 2 bolts. So if you guys with Mojaves are wondering, it works. And we threw some KC Highlights 4-inch, their new Flex LED lights on there. We painted the bezels orange because, you know, why not? Everything else was orange, why not do that? So they're easily removable. You can paint them to match your car, you know, your Jeep, your accent color, your wheels, whatever. And they're going to work great for you. Super bright. Again, wired those up to a switch too. And then we also, at the last minute, pretty cool little addition here, DCS now offers a light for the hood that will replace your washer fluid sprayer. Yeah, it turns your washer fluid sprayer into an LED light and maintains OE functionality. And it's got a really cool amber backlight. So when your parking lights are on, you got a little cool amber backlight there. And then when you hit the switch, I really like this light for you night wheelers. You're back in the pack, you're second, third, fourth in the line, and you know, you don't want to blind the guy in front of you with your crazy, you know, headlights. You turn these lights on. They're 1 inch, 1.5 inches in diameter. They give off enough light for you to be able to wheel in a group, but they're not going to blind the guy in front of you. And you know, you want to be courteous to your people in your group when you're wheeling, especially at night. Too much light is never a good thing. So we got that done, and those are really cool. Got that wired up to the same switch. Finally, we got to put the power to the ground. We talked about the Hemi, all the suspension, but none of that works unless we've got, you know, some cool tires and wheels to put all that to the ground. And for this build, we went with 38-inch Nitto ridge grapplers. Ridge grapplers, really good all-around tire. A little more aggressive than an all-terrain, a little less aggressive than a mud terrain. Rides really good on the road. It's a super quiet tire. You would not think by looking at it in that tread block pattern that it would be. But I can tell you, having driven this thing now a few thousand miles, they look like I just put them on, and they're just quiet. They just perform. They do what you want them to do, and you really can't ask any more than that from a tire. Finally, on wheels, we went with a 20-inch on this one. Again, another thing for Jeep Beach. You know, we wanted to really showcase that wheel and show what we could do to it. 20-inch Fuel Flame 5. 5 just means it's a 5 lug. There's a 6, there's an 8, all that good stuff. But we took the Fuel Flame. It was a black and milled wheel. We taped it off. And took all the milled accents and had them custom painted orange. I know, shocker. So they look freaking awesome. Lots of comments on those. They've been on there a little while now. Got comments on those here, got comments on those at home. Those are definitely an attention grabber. Really the whole Jeep is, and it was kind of built to be that way. We really wanted to showcase, you know, not everybody takes their rigs off-road and beats the living crap out of them. Some of them you just want to build them for looks. So, you know, we said, hey, we're going to build one for looks. We're going to do some cool wheels. We're going to do some cool graphics. You know, we're going to do some really cool stuff to make it look good. And I feel like we accomplished it. Really positive feedback on it here at Jeep Beach 2022. Look forward to doing more stuff to it. Can't wait. Love how it turned out so far. And looking forward to doing some more update videos in the future, let you know where we take this rig.